Hey, man.
Boxing is a serious business.
So
Any fight can be a life-altering experience.
That is one of the most grotesque things I've ever seen on a prize fight.
Any fight might be
Grotesque.
one you get carried out of.
Ooh.
The 27-year-old punching sensation of the division. Huge right hand by Madonna. Morales takes it.
Madonna.
With lifelong ambitions and life-changing wealth on the line, it's natural for fighters to take things as seriously as possible.
Ooh.
Tough fight, man. I'll give you the best of it, man. It was a really tough fight.
Jokes. There are no jokes. The truth is the funniest joke of all. Marley.
But tonight, we cover a man who didn't. Nicolino Locche's boxing
Nicolino
career
Locche.
was an incredibly impressive 18-year smoke break. Nicolino Locche was a
Word.
man of many contradictions. To take one look at him, you'd think him a brawler? Like if Rocky Marciano was actively dying of polio.
Bro, what, I ain't gonna lie, y'all commented his name. I was like, who is that? I was like, let me watch him real quick. So, hey, shout out to y'all, man. Like, comment, subscribe,
Or if
man. I
prime
appreciate
Danny
everybody.
DeVito tried to chisel himself
And let me know
into
more people to react to and discover next, man.
championship condition. He was barrel-chested, short-armed, and had a hairline that began its retreat during the Eisenhower administration.
He's a regular guy.
Until you see him punch.
Show me something. Got a Philly shell going on?
He wasn't much good at that either. He was always accurate, but his offense was about as basic as Ugg boots and pumpkin spice. He had a consistent jab,
It's just that jab, I.
used the left hook as a reliable changeup,
Oh, okay.
with his right sprinkled in, but only at point-blank range, rarely with any real weight committed. He was the type of puncher that couldn't crack an egg with a running start. A natural-born slapper with hands of sponge. His career KO ratio sits a shade over 10%.
Damn.
There were few things in this world he hated more than training, but a fighter still has to make weight. So rather than road work or sparring as a means of regulating his weight, he used cigarettes.
What?
In his prime, he smoked nearly 50 death sticks a day.
50 of them Lucy's a day? Of them Pope sticks a day? Is I ain't gonna lie, my grandma used to do like
Sometimes
double
his
those a day.
corner even gave him a puff or two between rounds. You might
No,
think
they did.
inhaling a forest fire worth of tobacco might mess with a fighter's cardio. It was a problem he avoided by doing as little as humanly possible in the ring. Now,
Weave.
you might be wondering how a balding chain
Weave.
smoker with the punching power of a malnourished toddler
that guy.
who loathed training made it as a professional fighter.
I want to know how
How
too.
a man with
How?
such terrible habits and bizarre attributes managed to make it onto
He was
this channel.
weave.
But it's not how many fights he had, it's who and how he fought.
Weave. Can't hit me. Can't touch me. No.
No more ironically
touch him.
accurate
That's
than
why.
El Intocable, Nicolino Locche.
El Intocable. Hold on. Y'all should have taught
Ironically
me that.
accurate than El Intocable,
El
Nicolino
Intocable.
Locche.
He's El
Born in the province
Intocable.
of Mendoza in Argentina, he was fighting all around South America, getting in the ring whenever and where he could. By the late 1960s, Nicolino is a fixture of the Estadio de Luna Park in the capital city
Estadio.
of Buenos Aires, and selling out nearly every weekend just by standing there.
Just by
Nicolino
standing
was
there.
hilarious to watch. Because it didn't matter who stepped through the ropes with him. They were now the butt of the joke.
Weave. Ooh. Now his defense on 1,000. I ain't gonna lie. Offense on 0, defense on 1,000.
Some of the scariest punchers and most skilled boxers into unwitting stooges in a slapstick comedy show. He made world-class athletes fall on their face of their own volition. Everyone had a good laugh. Nobody got hurt.
Why he ain't taking their hands
Nicolino
off?
Locche picked up another win, or at least a draw, which was far more frequent in his place and time in history. While film of him is a rare, precious thing, there is
I'm about to say we need more film.
One of the rare times he crossed the equator. That sits in boxing history, like the Hope Diamond sitting on a sidewalk littered with cigarette butts. It's arguably the most perfect performance in history. It was against Paul Takeshi Fuji. Paul Fuji is arguably the most devastating puncher in 140-pound history.
I ain't never heard of him before. Hey, let me know in the comments I should rat to him, bro. I ain't never heard of him.
Anything he hit, he broke.
Ooh, let me find
He was
out.
a raw, physical specimen whose heavy hands and savage intensity
I ain't
took
gonna
him
lie,
all
he
the way
really
to the
different.
140-pound championship. When he met Fuji in front of his home crowd in Tokyo, Locche already racked up 89 wins when he gets his crack at the 140-pound champion.
Ooh, weave. Stop playing me. Can't touch me.
Takeshi had a terrible habit.
Weave. Ooh, he nasty.
It's the one thing you absolutely cannot do
ghost.
against a defensive genius like Locche. Takeshi Fuji
Weave.
threw every single punch as hard as humanly possible.
I'm gonna weave in all that. Ooh, body. Ooh.
They were wild, and wild with a reckless weight transfer behind it.
El Ente Cable.
For a man of Locche's defensive acumen and reflexive fluidity, it was like playing tag with an angry blind man.
But an angry blind man is crazy. Ooh, weave.
It's like watching somebody try to play
Miss.
whack-a-mole
Can't touch
with
me.
a warhammer.
Oh, nah, he's nasty with it. He's nasty with it. I think he's better defender than, I don't know. Is Sweet Pea? I don't know. Mayweather? Ooh. That's tough. I need to see more footage. Weave. No. Ooh. And they say he's from Argentina?
He'd draw back a mighty blow and inevitably miss by a millimeter or a mile.
Oh, he got one off. Weave. Oh, he nasty. I'm a ghost. You can't
Locche
touch
fought
me.
like a mobile Maginot Line. The sheer depth of defense
he
he
actually a
displayed
ghost.
looked like they were doing a fast-forward photo shoot for a treatise on defensive boxing.
That's nasty. That's crazy. Oh, shit.
It starts with his stance. He stood heavy over his front foot, with his feet far closer together than most. His heels almost never touched the canvas. It allowed him to drop his weight and upper body to get under the overhands. He kept his hands by his cheekbones, but only when actually felt threatened. He had a beautiful ability to get around and under punches. It makes you wonder what the Spanish word for peekaboo is.
Good.
On the back foot, he adapted a version of the shoulder roll defense.
Ooh.
You'd swear he picked up in a back alley in Philadelphia.
I swear. Stop playing me, so I got it. Nah, he nasty with it though.
Fuji's wild right hands seemed to simply phase through Locche, slipped right off with such an imperceptible margin. You're never really sure if he got hit or not.
No, he's not touching him.
But he definitely landed a counter or caused Fuji to fall on his face.
He's a ghost.
He had the mobility and elusiveness of the greased-up deaf guy.
Oh, this is my favorite event. Catch the greased-up deaf guy.
Goal!
What?
You're never gonna catch me.
I've never seen that episode of Family Guy. I've never seen it. Oh my God. He said, "You're never gonna catch me." Bro, what?
Goal!
You're never gonna catch me.
He ran through everything on the move list to make Takeshi Fuji look like he was on Takeshi's castle.
To the body.
Fuji showed up for a slugfest and got slapboxed.
And got a slap box.
Fuji was serious
Ooh.
to a fault.
Ooh.
Every
Yeah,
punch
none of that.
had horrible
No.
intentions on it,
Weave.
and that's why Locche made almost
Weave. None
every
of that.
punch miss.
Damn. Oh my. If he ain't the best defensive fighter, he definitely top 5. He top 5 for sure, Steve.
On it, and that's why Locche
Weave.
made almost every punch
Weave.
miss.
Weave. No. I gotta see more fight. You know what I'm saying?
Fuji's reckless weight transfer was a massive
Weave.
telegraph.
No. Bum, bum, bum.
It tapped out a code that traveled the wires of Nicolino's nicotine-fueled nervous system. It reached his muscles,
Boom.
which react with the speed of electricity.
Ooh.
By the time the punch is out, Locche is out of the way.
He weaving everything, bro. Like, it's crazy.
Because Fuji was so deadly serious, meant every outlandish miss wore him down
Ooh.
all the more.
That right
It's a
calling.
hilarious irony that a man so elegant in the protection of his body in the ring was smoking like dying young was his retirement plan. It makes you wonder how much nicotine it takes to qualify as a PED. It makes you wonder.
Bro, nicotine is a beat, bro. That's insane. Nah, the way he was used the
How much of his in-ring brilliance came about as an adaptation to his complete lack of power? How
Yeah.
much did his complete relaxation make up for his smoker's cardio? If you ever require an example of the phrase, styles make fights, no better one exists than this. Fuji was only ever stopped twice in his career. Nicolino only ever finished 14 men in
That's
135
crazy.
fights.
That's crazy. Hey, boy, it ain't like he was just beating him up, though. He was just weave, weave, bop, bop, weave, weave, bop, bop, weave, bop. Damn. Bro, they gotta, yo, I know it's way more footage of this dude. We gotta find some more footage of something, bro, because I gotta see more. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued now. I gotta see more.
But
I know he
because
fought some
Fuji
of the
tried
good
so
ones, man.
hard, he got suckered in and ground down on the inside by skill and volume. The lessons we can learn from the Argentine greats are many. Nicolino died of heart failure at the age of 58. Not even he could dodge that forever.
Hell nah.
Probably don't smoke, kids.
Hey, kids, don't smoke. But hey, if it helps you become champion, no, I'm joking. Hey, but he was smoking like a
But
goddamn.
in a sport, when men die every year,
That's
the
crazy.
bias against the defensive masters over the ages becomes less and less defendable.
Weave.
Showing up to a fight without
Can't
a
touch me.
good
No.
defense.
James Tony was one
like
of
going
like
to a
that too. I
job
ain't gonna lie.
site
These
without
defenses
a hard
crazy,
hat
too.
or steel toes.
Sweet pea.
Defense is boxing's workplace safety issue.
Who the best defense of all time? Is it Nicolino? I say, is it Floyd? Is it James? Is it Sweet Pea? I ain't gonna say it. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. I'm gonna give y'all my answer in the comments, man. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. I'm gonna give y'all my answer in the comments because that'll be on my head in the comments if I say my answer.
There was no more model employee than Nicolino Locche.
That's a fact. Now he different. Buddy different. I ain't gonna lie. He's different. I just wish they had more highlights. I want to see more. I can't tell off 2-3 fights. Man, that's crazy. Let me know what y'all think of Buddy in the comments, though, man. Let me know who knew about him already. I don't know who sent me that in the comments. Somebody said that name. I just can't verify who it was. But like, comment, subscribe, man. I'm gonna see y'all in that video, man. Y'all already know what's going on.